Let's be honest, my fellow wizards. Practically everyone who plays Wizard101 at some point is going to want to get a mount. Well, most of the time.
I mean, who wants to go faster when this is so much better? Yeah, just look at her go.
Mounts add a massive boost to your speed while you're running around the spirals stopping evil, or, more likely, running pointless errands for people. They can also add various stat boosts, and you have to admit, they're pretty cool looking. But the thing is, mounts often cost real money, and a lot of times they aren't cheap. Some of them are also exclusive to bundles, packs, or gauntlets, which cost even more money to get. Sure, you can make do with some of the free mounts in the gold section of the crown shop, but sometimes you get a little tired of riding your generic horse, broom, or lion around, and you want an upgrade. Something a little more exciting, perhaps. Well, I'm here to talk about a great alternative option which can net you a bunch of premium mounts, some even from exclusive bundles, for free. All it takes is a little fishing know-how, some patience, and a tiny bit of luck. For those that don't already know, there are over 12 different mounts, and possibly more, that you can get from fishing for chests. I personally have fished up several of these mounts myself, although how King's Isle managed to squeeze some of these massive things into a tiny little chest is perhaps a question left for another video. Like, that has to be illegal, right?
FBI, open up!
Now, before we get into the specific mounts you can fish up, first we need to talk about the kinds of fishing spells you'll need to make fishing for these mounts as fast and easy as possible. While you don't necessarily need all of these spells to fish for the mounts, it will make the process a lot smoother, so keep that in mind. First, you're going to want some basic fishing lures, up to rank 3 ideally, but in most cases rank 2 is plenty. Lucky Hookline in the Commons of Wizard City has all the rank 1 lures as well as the handy fishing spell Reveal School Fish, which will come in handy later. He is also the NPC that gives you your first couple fishing quests, which are also important to complete, so if you haven't already, make sure you bring him all the fish he asks for in his quests. Moving on to the rank 2 lures, we need to head over to Harek Silverscale in Northgard in Grizzleheim. He can sell you all the school's rank 2 lures as well as give you your next fishing quest, which you should also complete. Some other useful spells to grab while you're here are from Frode Silverscale, just across the bridge from Harek. He sells Charm Fish and Lullaby Fish, both of which can be handy for immobilizing fish or attracting them towards you when they are in an otherwise unreachable fishing area. You do need to be rank 6 in fishing for these spells, but I highly recommend them. Next up are the rank 3 lures, which can be found in the Athenaeum in Dragonspire with Yuri Smoke Snare. I will say that getting all the rank 3 lures from Yuri isn't as necessary, since most of the fish we'll be trying to catch are rank 2 or lower, but I personally like having all the lures available. Either way, make sure you do complete Yuri's fishing quests, because we'll need them done to get our most important fishing spell later on. Since we're in Dragonspire anyway, we might as well also stop by another fishing vendor, Timor Flamecaster. Timor is hidden away in the Necropolis in the Labyrinth, but he has some very useful Winnow fish spells, which allow you to remove any fish that don't match a particular school. Casting Winnow Firefish, for instance, removes all fish from a pool that aren't fire, while leaving all the firefish behind. These spells can be useful in isolating a particular school of fish, so you don't have to constantly cast Reveal Fish School in order to see what lure you need to use. Alright, there's just one more world to visit before we get our ultimate fishing spell, Avalon. You'll first need to talk to Brooke Waterman in Caliburn, who will direct you next to Ren Waterman in Caer Leon near the waterfall. Complete both of Ren's and Brooke's fishing quests, and we'll finally be directed to our last fishing world. At last, it is time for our most important spell to guarantee we will fish up some mounts, Buoy Chests 1. This spell is found in Salt Meadow Swamp in Azteca and requires that we have completed all the previous fishing quests, but it is well worth the effort. Buoy Chests 1 refreshes the fishing pool and doubles the amount of chests, which means you can potentially fish up your mounts that much faster. The quest to get this spell is given by Alejandro de la Paz and requires you to catch some Aztecan fish, but you should be an expert at finishing these quests by now, so make sure you complete it and get the spell.
And the Mystery Mouse tool. That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
For pretty much all of the places you'll be fishing, you want to use your fishing spells in the following order for maximum effectiveness. Buoy Chest 1 to refresh the fishing pool and double your chests. Winnow whatever fish school is most prominent in that pool. Charm Fish if any fish are out of reach. And then you want to catch all the fish in the pool that remain with the highest rank lure you have. Rinse and repeat until you get a chest with the mount inside. To be clear, any fish school can drop chests, so you don't technically need to use winnow fish to isolate the pool down to a certain school of fish. You can also just use reveal fish occasionally to see which lure you might have to switch to, and then just catch all the fish in the pool after you buoy chests, regardless of school. However, I find isolating the fish down to one school speeds up the fishing process and chest farming a ton, and it's how I caught all my mounts to date. Do whatever works best for you, but let me emphasize again, always use buoy chest 1 first before any other spells. One more thing that can help you with fishing is fishing gear, jewels, pet talents, or elixirs. Brandon Mistborn by the Arena in Unicorn Way sells different tiers of fishing gear, which gives you both extra energy and fishing luck. Fishing luck boosts your chance of not having a fish escape while reeling it in, and can also allow you to successfully catch fish with lower ranked lures. With enough fishing luck, you can, for instance, reliably catch rank 2 or rank 3 fish with a rank 1 lure, which wouldn't normally be easy to do. Fishing luck does not increase the amount of chests, unfortunately, but it will increase your chances of catching everything you reel in. There are several other pieces of clothing and gear that can give you fishing luck, so slap on whatever gives you a boost. There are also jewels called cracked fishing opals, which can give you a boost to fishing luck, ranging from 1 to 5%. These jewels drop from various crowns jewel packs, but you can also get them from fishing chests. So if you don't already have some, you may get them while fishing for your mounts. Pets can also have fishing talents, either fishing luck or epic fishing luck, so feel free to search in the pet kiosk if you want to boost your luck that way by hatching. Pets can also have energy talents, which will boost your max energy, which means you can fish for longer in a single session. Obviously, there is also energy gear, which can also boost your max energy as well, so feel free to mix and match both fishing and energy gear to maximize both your fishing luck and amount of energy to catch the most fish. If you're picking between energy gear or fishing gear, I personally go for having the most energy, but try experimenting with whatever works best for you. Last, there are elixirs, which you can buy in the Crown Shop for real money, or which can sometimes be given as rewards from events like the Spiral Showcase or the Scroll of Fortune. These are, however, temporary and will only boost your fishing luck for an hour or so use them wisely. Or you could just be like me and hoard them until you die. Please don't be like me, guys. Use your elixirs. Finally, while this is fairly obvious, it can be incredibly helpful to wait for the membership benefit 0 energy fishing to start fishing for these mounts, as it then costs 0 energy to cast all fishing spells, meaning you can easily farm for several hours at once without having to stop because your wizard has run out of energy. You can obviously fish for chests without this benefit, but it speeds up the process a lot. I personally caught all my mounts by taking advantage of 0 energy fishing. Alright, now that you've got all your spells and you're all geared up, let's get to work. Now, all the mounts I'm going to show you how to catch are found in various houses, many from bundles that you won't own. However, all these premium houses can be found in housing tours, so all you need to do is locate the appropriate house and then fish to your heart's content. You can even favorite certain houses so you can easily return to them later without having to locate them again in housing tours. Huge thanks to everyone putting their bundle houses in the housing tours for us to explore and fish in, by the way. This guide would not be possible without you. Alright, let's start with one of the easiest mounts to acquire, the Aquilan Dual Chariot. This mount can be found in the Acropolis house and was originally from the Olympian bundle. It can carry 2 people at once, which is super handy when questing with a friend. You'll want to find this small pool in the back of the house and then use buoy chests, winnow ice fish, and then use a rank 2 or higher lure, unless you have high fishing luck. For whatever reason, specifically in the Acropolis, ice fish have a much higher chance of being chests than other schools. In fact, if you use buoy chests, the rate is roughly 50-50, with every other fish you catch being a chest. This means you can catch chests at a very fast rate here. I personally caught the mount in about an hour, which is fantastic compared to the rates for other mounts. If you really want an easy mount to catch, this is definitely the one for you. Next up is the Arcane Minecart, found in Midday Estate. This mount was originally from the Arcane Builders bundle. You'll want to head to the river on the left side of the property, where you'll see most of the fish are either storm, death, or myth. Myth is the most plentiful, so I recommend using widow myth fish and then a rank 2 myth lure here. Third are 2 mounts in one location, the Batwings and Swiftshadow wings found by fishing in Darkmoor Manor. The Batwings are otherwise exclusive to some of the seasonal Halloween packs, and the Swiftshadow wings otherwise cost a hefty 7,000 crowns in the Crown Shop. To find the fishing pool, you'll want to head through the covered bridge and hug the right wall until you find a fishing dock and a massive swamp-like area. The obvious lure to use here is death, since all the fish in this house are from the death school. It's extra convenient to be able to fish for 2 mounts at once as well, so go nuts. Fourth is the infamous Battle Narwhal mount from the Valerian Shipwreck house. This massive mount was originally from the Valerian Explorer's bundle and is coveted for its 2% damage bonus that it confers while equipped. This mount is often used as a viable alternative to other damage boosting mounts such as the Gulcher mounts, which cost real money to acquire and often have very low drop rates from packs. During zero energy fishing, you'll often see lots of people flocking to the Valerian shipwreck houses and housing tours, all trying to snag this beast of a mount. The fishing area of the house is conveniently located just around the corner to the left from the spiral door. Ice fish are most plentiful here, so I recommend using Winnow ice fish and a rank 2 or higher ice lure. Fair warning that this mount has a pretty low drop rate, so don't be discouraged if it takes a long time to get.
I did my waiting! 12 years of it!
Fifth are the bee wings, which can be found in Amber Estate and were originally from the Hive bundle. The fishing area in this house can be found directly around the spiral door, with most fish being of the fire, death, or myth schools. I would personally recommend focusing on either the fire or myth fish, since they appear to be the most plentiful, but pick whichever you like best. Sixth is another 2-for-1 location with the camel and magic carpet mounts found in the Nomad's camp. The camel mount can also be found in the crown shop and is also a rare drop from the wooden skeleton key boss Ra in Crocotopia. The magic carpet, on the other hand, is originally from the mega bundle. The fishing hole for this house can be found down the path to the right at the bottom of the hill and has primarily death, myth, fire, and ice fish. Death and myth tend to be the most plentiful here, so I recommend focusing on those two schools with your fishing lures. I personally caught several camel mounts and the magic carpet mount by using myth lures, but you should be fine with whatever school you choose. Seventh is the celestial wolf from the botanical gardens. This mount was originally found in the evergreen bundle. The fishing area in this house is fairly well hidden behind a secret wall, but I'll show you how to reach it. From the spiral door, head around behind the tree and along a path until you see some dangling roots in the way. Head through the roots, and halfway through this section will be a wall on the right that you can pass through. Head down the path and you'll find a pool of fish. Note, there is also an upper fishing area that can also be accessed by passing through yet another secret wall and following the path up. The fishing areas contain storm, myth, and life fish, with life being the most plentiful, so I recommend using spells like Winnow Life and a rank 2 or higher life fish lure while fishing in this house. Eighth is the feathered raptor mount found in the Serpentine Escape house. This mount was originally from the Aztecan Builders bundle and can also be acquired as a rare drop from the stone skeleton key boss Ixcac's Cursed Wing in Azteca. There are 2 fishing areas that can be found in this house, one outside and one inside, each with different fish spawning. The outside fishing area has primarily myth and fire fish, while the inside area, which is accessed through the waterfall, also has some life fish swimming around. I would recommend either fire or myth lures for this house since they appear to be the most plentiful fish. Ninth is the Malorian Dragon, an impressive 2-passenger mount which is found in the Winter Wind Tower house. This beast of a mount is originally from the Majestic bundle and can only be fished up from a secret fishing area. From the spiral door, take the teleport and follow the path along to the left, and then make your way along the frozen river until you hit a stone wall with a bit of grass sticking out from underneath it. Pass through the wall and take the next teleport to the fishing area. Here you'll find fish from the life, balance, death, and storm schools, with life being the most prevalent. I personally caught my Malorian Dragon by fishing here with a life rank 2 lure. My one complaint is that this mount really should come with a wide load warning. I mean, look at that thing.
Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick-ass boy! Damn!
Our 10th fishable mount is the Tyrannosaurus Rex found in the Pyramid of the Lost Horizon. This giant lizard was originally from the Dino bundle and is also a rare drop from the stone skeleton key boss Ixcac's Cursed Wing in Azteca. From the spiral door, head down the stairs to the left and find the lava river, where you'll see your fish. Schools include death, fire, and myth fish, with fire and myth being the most plentiful. I recommend using either fire or myth winnow and rank 2 or higher fire or myth lures here until you get your mount. Alright, the final mount in this guide has not been officially confirmed, but I'm going to include it here anyway as a potential fishing reward since there is some decent evidence you can acquire it. This mount is the Swift Griffin found in the Massive Fantasy Palace. This mount was originally from the Epic bundle or as a rare drop from the Knight's Lore pack. If you right-click on the mount to get more info, you do get a note saying the mount can be fished for, although the wiki does not verify this. However, I checked again more recently, and this note has since been removed, so now it's a bit unclear. There are also screenshots I found on Twitter that give pretty strong evidence that you can fish for this mount successfully, but fish at your own risk. From the spiral door, head around to either the left or right until you see the castle moat surrounding the central castle. Here you'll see fish from the schools of Death, Storm, Life, and Balance. The Balance fish seem to be the most plentiful here, so I recommend using spells like Winnow Balance Fish and a rank 2 or higher Balance Lure until you catch your griffin. Alright everyone, I hope that video helps you fish up some amazing new mounts to add to your collection. I do want to emphasize that these mounts are pretty rare drops from chests, so it can take several hours or more of fishing to get them to drop, so don't be discouraged if it takes you a while. Most of the mounts that I personally caught from fishing took me at least several hours, and the Malorian Dragon took me about 5, so persistence is key. I wish you all the best of luck out there fishing. If you found this guide helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Comment below what cool items, gear, or mounts you've caught while fishing. I'd love to know. As always, I hope to see you out there in the spiral, and happy questing.